It's good and hot.
I'm glad it's hot.
Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? So, for you who didn't know, today is National Poultry Day. Now, I know all those days, and I keep up with them.
I couldn't keep up with. I've never heard of all of
I do not. I don't know any of the days, and I don't keep up with nothing. But my friend Kimmy and Carol had a cook-off this morning early with chicken gizzards and chicken lizards because it was National Poultry Day. And I said, and then I thought, we're making chicken casserole anyway, so that works out perfect.
Oh, and we'd already planned this.
We really had planned it for last night, and then it got moved to tonight on National Poultry Day. It was just like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
But I love this casserole. We were out of celery last night. Not a problem any longer. And Mama got ready to make it last night, and she said,
That's bad.
"No, watch her. She's gonna get cut." Mama said, "We don't have any celery," and I said, "Well, I've been wanting to make some cabbage soup," and she said, "It's cold. It's a good night for soup anyway." And she said, "Let's just do the soup. We'll get celery tomorrow." See, it's fixable. You can always do something to work it out.
I used all the celery in the dressing.
Yeah, we made an unexpected dressing. And we thought, we'll have to get celery. Well, we did today. I went to the store. And I'm just cutting up 2 ribs of celery. And I'm just going to add them in my bowl here in a second.
You
Excuse
want
me.
me to get the onions in the broth pot?
Oh, yeah, let's tell them what you already got ready, Mama. Tell them right there. Mama done all this. Now
This is a cup of home-cooked chicken. It's where I cook these chicken breasts. This is a cup of the juice, it says. Ain't that right? When I'm telling
Right, so that's got less sodium in it.
you? And I'm putting the chopped onions it calls for in here. And I'm just going to stick it in the microwave. It said for 5 minutes. I don't think it'll take that long.
No. We got broccoli in the microwave, the steamed kind. The recipe calls for 8 ounces. That must have been the bag we had that day. But I'm going to use the whole 10 ounces. I don't think a little extra broccoli is going to hurt nothing or nobody. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to read y'all the recipe and I'll tell you what I'm changing tonight. And really the broccoli is the only thing I know that I'm changing right offhand. So let's check it out. Mama left y'all. Sorry. See, I'm just sitting here talking and I was working and I thought she was looking.
I'm trying to drain your broccoli.
Sorry for that refrigerator time. Alright, so here's our cooked. It ain't cooked. It's been a long week. It's only Tuesday. Alright, here is our celery chopped. That's what I was trying to say. I'm going to put it in my mixing bowl. Right in here it goes. Slide it in.
You have to chop this broccoli.
I will have to chop that
Very
broccoli,
hot.
but we're going to let it cool a sec. Just to let it get to know that it's no longer in the microwave and you don't have to be so heated about it. The chicken's good to go. It's already chopped up, isn't it, Mom?
Yeah.
Alright, let's pour our chicken over in our mixing bowl. This is approximately 2 cups of white chicken breast. Mama cooked it and minced it up. Now let's see what this broccoli's got in store for us. Probably a 3rd-degree burn. Let's just see when we get water.
I drained a little bit too much on the bottom.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Woo! Is that hot? Do you have to ask? Look at that. So it says 8 ounces. We're going to do 10. It says on the bag 10. And I'm just going to give it a light chop. It's already cooked. It's not even going to have to matter much. It's going to cook right up. And it'll mash right up. So we don't want to over chop it. But when you grab a bite, you want it to all be blending. Now it'll cool really quick on this board. So let's just let him cool. And of course, we live right here in the Appalachia South. Any casserole we make is going to have a cream of crema in it. I call all these cream of cremas because it seems like everything I make requires a cream of crema. Cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, cream of celery. So this is cream of mushroom. This is just our store brand. It's going to go in there real easy. Because it's good and creamy. Some of it globs. This doesn't. But it's tasty. I've eaten this just as soup before. I mean, I know you don't usually hear that. People eating cream of soup just for soup in the South. We usually add it in a casserole.
Here, I'll put that in this can.
Oh, let me clean it.
Oh, you're not going to waste none of it.
My mom won't let me waste. You want that? Or you want me to put in this can?
I'm going to put it in this other soup can you just gave me. It's in our safe.
And I know you can open the bottoms of these, but I never have luck at that. Never get any luck at the opening the bottoms.
Here's a fork that I had the chicken.
We did want to scrape out all the goodie though. What do you open the bottoms of these with? A can opener, a church key, a knife? I'd have my finger messed up. It wouldn't be pretty. Now let's read this recipe before we get too far down, okay? Let me have a little sip cup. Got notification just now. Great. Terry. Spreading the love. Thank you, Lisa. Host. Oh, so you just poke her out. I am not talking good there. Poke a hole all the way into the bottom of it for air. That's smart. I'll try that next time. Remind me. This is called John's Chicken Casserole because I've taken several different chicken casseroles and made them to my liking, and Mama likes it too. So it reads, a half a cup of celery. I put in probably 8 ounces of broccoli. You don't say frozen or fresh, you do either or, and I have used both. But I'm doing 10 tonight, or that's what the bag says I'm doing. We'll just go with the bag. A half of a cup of a white, yellow, or red onion, or a mixture. We used a mixture tonight. That was a half a cup of onion, basically. 1 cup of chicken broth is in here. 1 cup of chicken broth, homemade, we used. 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, a half a cup of mayo.
Yeah, I got the mayo. Salt
and pepper to taste, and y'all's Southern secret. So I'm going to put a half a cup of mayo in here.
Cup, or are you just going to guess it?
Mama, I'm not going to dirty a half a cup. I'm going to just take my word for it kind of thing. When you've measured a lot, you kind of know. And sometimes it kind of don't matter. Like right now. I guarantee if I put a cup of Dukes in here, it wouldn't do nothing but improve it, probably.
I think they're going for a cup.
Nah, it's a good healthy half.
Oh.
Good healthy half. Alright, so in salt and pepper to taste. We're going to taste it, right? 2 down. So salt, I just cover the top, just like I do everything else. Cover the top of the mixing bowl. It's a pretty good ratio for the whole batch, in my opinion. Mama started using that, and she likes it too. Don't you, Mama?
Yeah, pretty good.
See what I'm talking about? That black pepper, you can see it. I just cover the whole thing. And I cover spatula and all, because
I don't do that.
Black pepper ain't gonna hurt us. Alright, then it says here, Frank's hot sauce to taste.
Not much of that now. Don't pretend like
to taste it to the person in the house who likes it the least. But don't leave it out. I've left it out before and wished I hadn't have. Mama don't care for hot sauce, but it does not make it hot. But it does add a flavor. So to taste to the person who likes it the least. Now that's what I'm going to use for Mama. If it were me, I'd probably use twice that much.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, that's just a 1/4 of a teaspoon or so. Tiny little amount. It doesn't make it hot. If it did, I wouldn't use it. Don't think he's making poor old Mama eat hot. No. So we discussed before, you don't make Mama do nothing, but she does like this. She does like cayenne and honey mustard, but she don't put a ton. 2 cups of white chicken meat is already in here. And then we're going to put this cup of broth and onions, and they're hot, and we're going to put this broccoli in here. 10 ounces of it.
I believe we need a bigger bowl this time.
Mama,
That broccoli was...
out of all those years,
the broccoli was a little bit more than your last time fixing it.
Of all those years of you making me stir stuff up in thimbles.
Yeah, but the broccoli's a little more, and your compo's going to be...
No, it's going to be perfect, Mama. Perfection will be met right here tonight. So, can y'all see? So, I'm just stirring this in. All those ingredients are in this bowl. Everything I said except the broth and the onions are in here. This is a simple casserole. It's a delicious casserole. It has been tested on thousands of people over the years. Everybody loved it. Well, maybe one didn't like it and we just don't talk to them no more. I'm joking. Sometimes I don't. Let's put our little bit, we got to temp this in because it's pretty warm. I don't want to cook my mayonnaise and the stuff. I just want to temp it in, okay? So I want that onion, I want that broth in there, but I'm just going to temp it in. Now this is everything. This is the chicken. This is it all. Okay? When you temp something in, you put a little in and you stir it. And it cools it down till it can't cook the other ingredients. See how it's cooking? Cooling down. It's no longer steaming in here. Now, Mama asked me a serious question.
Just need to be sprayed.
Yeah, or buttered. You can butter it, spray. You got spray, just spray it.
I just spray it.
Mama asked me a serious question before we started filming. I was gathering everything up, and she was gathering up part of it, and she said, "Don't you put sour cream in there?" And I said, "I don't say so." And she said, "I thought you did. Did I put it in the last time? I'm going to ask you all." I'm not going to tonight, but I wouldn't care to if I did before. But I looked all over this paper.
I didn't see the sour cream on it either.
So I don't know if Mama's just making up stuff.
I guess because we put sour cream
In
in
everything.
that cabbage stuff last night.
But I don't think I did put it in this. But I'm going to tell you this. It wouldn't hurt it. It wouldn't break the recipe. Now, I don't put cheese in it. We put cheese on it. That may be the last I get to put in here.
You may just have to
Pour it over it. I do that sometimes to keep it from drying out anyways. Pour it a little bit on it. So that's it, folks. That's the whole recipe. All in one bowl. Can you all see here?
Oh, you didn't get your butter.
Butter.
Half a cup of butter.
Oh, that's for the cracker topping.
Half a stick or a stick? What does it say?
It says 1 stick, and I use a half a stick.
Okay, that sounds about right.
But it does say a stick of butter.
And you'll just use half, right?
And I just use half. Now, I know I should show you this all, but I can't do it. I can't hold this and rake it too. I think y'all can imagine how it's going. All right. Clean as you go. All right, now let's just pour the rest of this right over this. And we can leave it. We don't have to stir that in. I do that for dressing sometimes. I do that for different casseroles. Save a little liquid, put on top, and it keeps it from burning the top. If you want to stir it in, you can. Just give it a whirl, but you don't have to. I'm not going to go down in the bottom and mess up my butter and all that, but I will just sort of stir that in right there. Because it might look better, but it will cook the other way, and it'll all blend in. Because once this starts heating, expanding, and bubbling, There you are. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this over there to the Easy Bake, which is on. And I'm going to pop him in.
Here, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I can do it.
Mama, that may be heavy.
No, that ain't heavy. Sack of flour ain't this heavy.
So I've got, oh, you know what I didn't put in it?
What? Uh-oh.
I laid it out right here and did not put it in.
Take another turn at it.
This gets Southern Secret.
I'm gonna stir it in with a knife.
I can.
It's just had butter on it.
And I'm doing just like I would if I'd done it right and put it all over the top. Y'all like to see that, I bet. And I'm just going to cut it in, literally, with a knife. Y'all ever do that? Make it, get it ready. Have you ever done it completely and found an ingredient laying on the cabinet and go, well, we did that with a thing Mama makes one time. Mom says, just as good without it. So she just omitted it. We could not tell the difference. You remember what it was, Mom?
No, I don't.
You remember it happening though, don't you?
Yeah, I figure if I didn't have it in it, it didn't need it.
That's how she came up with one of her casseroles. Is
Right after there's a hunk of it.
what was it? Was it a chicken casserole that you
I
made?
can't remember.
That Daddy liked better? And he said, don't change a thing. You left something out or something.
I didn't have one of the soups and stuff, and I made it.
But it turned out delicious. So that's all there is to that. Now, these Townhouse crackers are going to be the topper. And of course, they are the best. Or Ritz. Just a buttery cracker is what you're looking for. I mash them down that way. And then they'll just literally crumble up like this. How would you have that set on, Mama?
I put it on 20 minutes.
I make recipes like Granny. This says nothing about temperature. Says nothing about how long to cook. Well, it does. I'm sorry. It says top with cheese, bake 20 minutes. And I'm just going to say it's the universal 350 bottom rack. Because that's what we bake a lot of stuff on. We've learned with that Easy Bake, you can bake stuff hotter a little bit and it don't completely ruin the whole thing. What is this? It's chicken casserole. Let me read you the recipe. Good evening, folks. Well, hello, John. How are you? Or Jan, how are you? Sorry, it's reading fast. Love Mama's sweatshirt. That is a raised on sweet tea and Jesus.
That's a you-all.
That's a y'all sweatshirt. And yep, it's sweatshirt weather. It's just 57 here.
I was cold.
Mama's showing that sweatshirt.
Oh, okay.
You know, y'all's is almost sold out of peach tea.
You-all
And right
up
there.
there.
Raised on sweet tea and Jesus. So it's a half a cup of celery, 8 to 10 ounces of broccoli. I use frozen. You can use fresh, but you got to cook you fresh before you put it in there, I would say. Half a cup of onion, a cup of chicken broth. They say I go fast. Let me slow down. I'll start at the top again in case you're writing it. A half a cup of celery, chopped. 8 to 10 ounces of broccoli, cooked and chopped. 1/2 cup of onion, chopped. 1 cup of chicken broth, cooked chicken broth. Cook that in the microwave for 5 minutes with your onions. Then you add 1 can of cream of chicken soup in your bowl. A can of cream of mushroom soup in your bowl. 1/2 cup of mayo in the bowl. Salt and pepper to taste, and out there to the side, I put y'all's Southern Secret. That's what I should have added and didn't. Frank's hot sauce to taste, 2 cups of chicken white meat. Then you top it with cheddar cheese and butter and Townhouse crackers. And this, I'm going to show you what we do here. This, it says a stick of butter, 1/2 stick is plenty. And then I'm going to bake it for about 20 minutes, and that's just everything in it is cooked, which the onions are, broccoli is. The celery is not, but I don't mind that little bit of toothy celery in there, as long as it's soft.
Crunchy like how.
Crunchy. We like it a little crunchy. Gives a little texture to it. This is a whole tube of Townhouse crackers. Somebody asked me one time, can I use less crackers? You can use one cracker if you want to top that whole thing. But I find a tube about does a good topping. Or if you have the mini grits, 2 tubes. And I put a half a stick of butter in here. And just stir your crackers in that butter. Now your recipes that you have in your cookbooks all along the way will say top with a tube of crushed graham crackers and drizzle a stick of butter over the top. I've done that and I've done it poorly. I end up with a glob of butter here, some dry crackers there, and I just don't care for it that way. But I find if I put it in my measuring cup like this, if it's heat resistant glass, as you should buy, watch that when you're buying them, and melt that butter, and then put my whole tube of crackers in there and mash it around. I put about a tube and a fourth the other night in this 1/2 stick of butter, and it worked out fine too. And I just stirred around. Every little piece of butter gets shiny and glossy and delicious, and it covers so beautifully, and it tastes so buttery.
You want tea or are we gonna drink?
I'm afraid I'm probably just going to go with water in this coffee.
Okay. I'm gonna get me a caffeine-free something too.
That's right. I don't want to be up tonight. Did y'all sleep well last night? I did. Sort of. I got up a couple of times, and I guess that's normal. But I woke up a couple of times just like... Now, a lot of times I can go to sleep and sleep all night, at least till 4:30. That's on that to me. If I can get to 4:30, I'm great. Let's see what y'all are saying. Let's see. Tanya Yon is watching. Milford, Ohio. You share recipe one more time. I miss it. I will, Myrtle. Okay. Let me make sure who I'm banning here. Sometimes people get on here and show out, and I have to come in and ban them.
It ain't nice to show out.
Nope, it ain't. But it's okay if you want to do that. It's taking me a minute. Yes, please ban that person. Thank you. We're not doing any negativity and stuff on here. If that's what you're here for, you're in the wrong place, and we'll just help you right out with that. Hey, John and Mama, God bless you. Hope you have a great night. Linda, thank you. John, I used a lot of potato chips and give crunch and a good flavor. Crush them up. Well, so you use potato chips instead of crackers? That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Brenda. Mama, that'd be good with ladies, probably. Made oatmeal. Oh, that sounds good. Would you please post the recipe? Nola will post the recipe. It has been posted before. This is not a new one. This is an old faithful. Nola will probably post it later. Thank you, Catherine. She posted on ours, and she also posted on the J&M site. John and Mom. That's what the J&M stands for. But I'm going to read it to you, and I'll go slow. Mama will watch me. Mama will watch me.
I'll hit him if he gets too fast.
Too fast. I do that sometimes, and I do apologize. Hello from Florida. Hey, Nancy from Florida. I love Coffee Time. Well, thank you, Deanna. We love you. We do. We really do think of y'all as family. I know we could say that and not mean it, but we really do. Yeah. This is your world famous chicken casserole, Jim. Yeah, it's world famous, at least 50-mile radius from here. It is called John's Chicken Casserole. I've been cooking it for, let me think, since 1995. Is that long enough? So it's a half a cup of celery, just chopped. 8 to 10 ounces of broccoli, cooked or steamed, we use the frozen steam bag. Or if we're doing fresh broccoli, we parboil it for about 10 minutes. You don't have to be completely done. So a half a cup of celery and 8 to 10 ounces of broccoli, both of those chopped. A half a cup of onion, any kind you want. I've not really found a difference. If you have an extra hot one or something, it could cause it to come through, but we've used different ones, haven't we, Mama?
Oh yeah, whatever we've got.
So that's a half a cup of chopped onion. A cup of chicken broth. You can use the box, you can use the jar, you can use homemade. We're using homemade tonight, but we have used the box and would again. 1 cup of chicken broth. Okay? You put that in the microwave with your onions. Okay, so that half a cup of onions goes in with that chicken broth. You cook it for about 5 minutes. Then in your bowl, in your mixing bowl, you're going to put a can of cream of chicken soup, 15-ounce can. A can of mushroom soup, 15-ounce can. And I haven't found it matters on the flavors, matters on the name brand. 1/2 cup of mayo. We use Duke's most of the time, but you use yours. Salt and pepper to taste. Y'all's Southern Secret to taste. If you don't have this, you should get you some, but it is basically, it's a little bit of a lemony flavor, and it's got onion and garlic in it. It's delicious. You can find something like it, or you can omit this, because I tacked it on the end after I made it for years. When we started, I thought that would be so good, and we liked it in it, didn't we?
Yeah, with chicken, it's real good.
So if you don't worry about that one. If you have it, use it. If you don't, it's onion and garlic, basically, powder. Frank's hot sauce to taste. I use Frank's because that's what I like. I love the flavor of Frank's. I've been using Frank's for 30 years, I guess.
Or more.
Or more. Love to eat it. Not every day. Love to eat it on saltine crackers. Just Frank's and saltines. I got a kick on that back in the early 2000 era, and I ate it for months for lunch, just about 3 or 4 times a week, and then I kind of got off from it. Now every once in a while I want it again. I also like Frank's hot sauce just with bologna and crackers, or cheese and crackers. But anyway, I've kind of got off here. So Frank's hot sauce to taste. If you don't want to taste it, don't put it. If you don't want a hot sauce, you go, ooh, take that off. 2 cups of breast of chicken, tenders, chicken breast, whatever you want to do. Then you're going to need some cheddar cheese. You can fresh grate it if you want to. If you don't want to, you can do like we do, and I use it right out of this handy dandy bag.
That may not be enough.
Both of them probably will be.
Well, one's fine shredded and the other's short. I mean, big shreds.
I can't tell the difference. Cover that with after you take it out of the oven. Put your crackers after you've mixed it with your butter, and that tops it. And it only has to cook for about 20 minutes on 350, just until bubbling and brown, because everything in it is essentially done. Now, the chicken has to be cooked for these to apply. So when it says a cup of 2 cups of white meat chicken, that's cooked chicken, boiled. Put it in water, put salt and butter, and boil it, cook it good. So that was pre-done. Mama done that, and that'll give you your broth. So that's the recipe. So if you can write that down. This is your world. Jim, I like hearing that, but you probably ain't the truth, but that's okay. I love watching you all make dinner. Well, thank you, Marjorie. We love having you here. We really do. Big snowstorm for Friday in Michigan. Elizabeth and I talked to someone from Pennsylvania yesterday, and they said they had snow. Now, we could have had snow if we had moisture, because it was down to 30 and 24.
It's 28.
28 this morning?
Yeah.
But we had some low temps. We could have had some snow, but we didn't have the moisture to go with it. But this is probably, I've seen a lot of white trees. I think those are Sarvis, and I think it's a Sarvis winter. I was going to get a guy I know that's really good on all things nature, and he's just a abundantly gifted. I may see if I can talk with him and see if he can give us a winter's update. There's something called Sarvis. There's something called Britches Winter.
Whippoorwill winter, I've heard that.
Whippoorwill, blackberry, redbud, dogwood. That's 6 that I know of.
A lot of people don't do with the whippoorwill and the sarvis.
And a lot of people add another couple ones in there. But blackberry's a popular one. About everybody knows blackberry winter.
You know why? Because it gets in muddy.
Because it's late. But Sarvis, I think, is our first winter. Now, this is
There's
Appalachia
white
Top.
trees all in the mountain blooming, so I think that's what they used to call them.
This is Appalachia Talk. This is what we've known my whole life. When I was a kid, I thought it was just as right as spring, summer, and fall. Because my uncle would say, this is Sarvis winter. And I think, oh, we're having Sarvis winter. I didn't even know that it was just here. I thought it was a national winter that everybody was experiencing. But it wasn't. But, and then there's something in the end of the year they call Fool's Fall, ain't it? Where it gets cool and people think, and then it gets hot again. So there's several of those things. It's just transitional weather, folks. That's all it really amounts to, and it happens at certain times, and if whatever's in bloom at that time, they'll call it that. Sarvis winter. Sarvises are in bloom right now, so it's Sarvis winter. Next will probably be redbud winter, because redbuds are starting. Then there's dogwood. You will get that. And then there's the thing that I may lose y'all with it.
We used to say too.
Easter squall. Now, I never did know what that squall was all about. What's a squall, Mama?
It was usually bad weather, rainy and cool on Easter. Everybody.
Easter squall.
The little girls with their little lacy dresses and sandal or dress.
But now we typically have a nice Easter here. Usually it's pretty sunshiny day, and I'll say that now, and it'll pop up and be real cold this year, and you'll say, he said. But really, Mama, where you going? 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 Bless you.
Excuse me. I couldn't hear you.
Sit down, Mama. Sit down.
I was going to see
You
what
can't do anything with her. I'll get it out of there.
4.5 minutes, according to that.
Okay. Easter squall. Now that's an interesting one. I don't know why I don't call it Easter winter. And I'm not the expert on this, so I'm sure there's many other rules and stuff that apply that I don't know about. That's the reason I told y'all early on. I don't care if it was 85 and 90. Do not think that the weather has changed. Do not think the weather has changed for good. It'll change back on you. You'll wake up one morning with frost on your roses, and you'll say, what on earth?
It was frosty this morning a little. I never looked at the temperature. It's about 8 o'clock or so. Yeah, around 8. And it's
Jonesboro, Tennessee. Well, hello there from Jonesboro.
Yeah, hello.
It's Janice Rice. Hello. Hey, Betty. How are you? Hey, John and Mama. Hey, Betty. How are you doing? Now, we're going to pause for this little entertainment segment. Mama's going to sing to y'all. Hit it, Mama. Come on. I tell you. I want to.
Mama ain't going to do it. That's you.
Mama, you have to sing a little.
Oh, no.
Mama, it's kind of disappointing that you won't sing.
Over here's the pot holders. It ain't time yet. Oh, you're gonna.
It ain't time. Now, how do you know?
I'm looking at the clock on there, the timer.
We gotta cook it some more, though. This is just the partial cooking.
He's just wanting to get over there and get that. I tell you what, I've been cold, and this sweatshirt, your old sweatshirt, feels so good on me today. I could stand over that oven and get warmer.
You think you could?
Yeah.
Now here it is, folks. It's bubbling and brown. Mama, did you sing while I was gone?
No, I didn't sing.
Mama, they was all looking forward to it. What if I'd have posted earlier? Mama will be singing tonight.
You'd be lying.
Well, I wouldn't want to lie.
You missed the whole bowl up here.
Thank goodness you're not judging it though, right?
I know it.
Now this is a finer chop and a coarser chop. So that's fine.
I just wanted to use those spikes up ahead.
Because when it melts, you won't know the fine from the coarse. Now, if you want to save a few pieces to put on top, you can. But I'm going to show you my little secret for this. Can y'all see? I feel like these are far away, but then when I get you too close. So when I stir up my crackers and my butter, I don't try to evenly put it on top. I'm not that good at it. I've tried, and then I end up forever trying to spread it around. I just pile it in the middle, and I come right in the middle of it, and just take this layer over, just like that, and take this layer over here. And when I get through, I've usually got it pretty even. If I try to do it the other way, inevitably a big glob will come out somewhere, and then I'm trying to move a glob from here over to there. So I do it like that right there. What do you think about that job, Mama?
I think you did a good
Well, Mama, there's only 4 crumbs over here unless you sit there and eat them.
I don't need them.
There's a crumb sticking out of the back.
I might be another one there. She's good.
Okay, Mama, I think we got the good out of all that. All right, folks, this is going to go back in the oven. Wouldn't necessarily have to, but it won't hurt to let that get a little bubbly brown.
It just keeps going.
I'm going to kick it right back on, though. Mama, I don't hear no words.
No what?
Words.
Oh, they ain't none.
You ain't saying that.
Oh, I suppose it ain't on me. It's on the pad over here.
Mama. Is there a little woman in there giggling?
No.
Is there now?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you sing for them.
I'm not going to sing.
I'm going to clean up.
Yeah,
Get the rest of these crackers out of here.
You're just over there.
Tell me what you done today.
No, I ain't done nothing.
Tell it a lie.
Oh, I did some laundry.
Did you do laundry?
Yeah. Not a lot. I got to wash some clothes. I gotta go get them out of the dryer. I didn't get them out of the dryer yet. Are you ever gonna come back? I think I don't let you up. When you go, you stay gone forever.
Mama, I got work to do. I was cleaning and carrying out.
Well, that's my job.
No.
I'm a good clean-up person.
You take that job, and you don't want me to get up because you don't want to sit there.
That's right.
I'm trying to train you.
I'm a poor subject. I don't learn too fast and stuff.
There'll be a talking to after this video.
Yeah. If you'll put the lid on that mayonnaise, I'll set it back in the refrigerator. I don't like fridge sitting over there. Oh.
Well, all right, Mama. I'll let you do your thing. And you can put the hot sauce in there. Y'all keep hot sauce in the
You might
refrigerator.
want more hot sauce.
That's a true statement. Y'all keep hot sauce in the refrigerator? Is it necessary? Does it say so on there?
Here was a little bottle of Frank's hot sauce. We should have used it instead of opening it.
I promise we'll use it all.
I didn't know it was.
I don't know if it says that or not. Let me ask y'all a question. Now, we could get down to quite a difference of opinion on this, and we don't want controversial. But do you like your clothes hung out on a line? Bed sheets. I hear people say, I
always hung my clothes out on the line.
my bed sheets hung out on the line. And Mama likes hers hung out on the line.
But we got those little bitty tiny
Chiggers.
Is that what they are, little red? And they would get on them. So I've not hung out clothes in years.
I don't like them hung on the line. Don't come after me. Let me talk about it a minute.
How did that end so quick?
I'll get it, Mama. Sit down. I'll get it, Mama. It's heavy. It's full.
No, it's not that heavy.
Why don't you go get it, Mama?
I will. Thank you.
I don't care for the smell of them outside. Is that bad? Am I anti-Southern?
They're not brown yet.
Well, leave me another minute. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Love the idea of hanging them out. But I just want that fabric softener, fresh smell. I love bed sheets on the line. That's what most people say, Kim, bed sheets. I love to hang clothes on the line. What is it y'all like about the best?
Oh, scared myself.
She's so quiet. She used to be a librarian when she was in school.
I was quiet then.
I'm not crazy about the smell of them coming in. Somebody gonna agree with me. I wash the clothesline so I could hang my sheets out. Yeah, you have to wash that clothesline every time with a rag. I was taught that as a kid. Love to hang out. Okay, so I'm in the minority on this. I love them outside. Everybody likes them. No, too much dirt and bugs. Exactly, Deb. Every time Mama hangs them on the line, you get little bugs.
Then I'm afraid they'll be on there. I bring them in and put them in the dryer and get them real hot so that if there's any bugs, it'll kill them out.
And you know, there's birds flying over out there, and I've even seen birds land on the sheets. I'm not a big fan of it. But no, that don't surprise me. Sheets hung on the line smell so good. Jen, I don't like the smell of them. What is the smell? It's like a...
It's supposed to be a fresh smell.
It's
outdoors
not fresh.
smell.
I agree with you, John. Thank you, Gina. Dryer for me, Shirley, yes. I want them dried. I want them hot. I don't have to have them pressed with an iron, but I do want them hot and folded hot.
I learned to iron. Mommy have me to iron the boys' pillowcases. That's how I learned to iron. I said I wouldn't iron pillowcases at all now. But they used that old, it was hair oil. It was a red hair oil they put on their hair, and their
Thank you,
pillowcases
Sherry.
looked at oil on it. So Mommy said, here, practice on these pillowcases.
A lot of people don't like it now. Thank y'all for helping me out. I was just wondering how crazy I was because I always hear people. It's a funky smell, Barbara. That's it. That's it. It's a medley, like a wet metal smell to me. It don't smell like April Fresh Downy or those Game. It don't. It's a funky, thank you, Barbara, you summed it up. It's a funky smell to me. I can tell if sheets have been put on the line as soon as I'm like, it don't smell, it don't stink, it's just a different odor. The dryer gets the lint off too. Yes, Rhonda, it does. Hanging clothes out on the line is awesome and they smell so clean. Okay, Susan, it could be like cilantro. Do you know cilantro, people either love it or they hate it, and they say there's a biological reason for it in your makeup. Something. Some people say it tastes like soap. I love it. But clothes on the line, do not like them. Never did like them when I was a kid. And Mama would say, oh, they smell so fresh. And I'm like wet pennies. not that April 1st smell that I get. I just was wondering. It's a wet dog smell. There you go.
Oh.
It is that kind of outdoor nature smell. Don't like the smell from the line. I don't either. The dryer's better. Thank you, Linda. Now, this is nothing to argue about. It's just, I'm glad to say I'm not the only one, because I was thinking, is it like people who tell me they don't like coffee? And I'm like, are you kidding? How could you not love coffee? You know, there's reasons for everything.
The cheese all melted.
So.
Is that good enough?
That's perfect. So, I'm not the only one. So at least I know there's some more of us out there that just don't. And I like most things fresh. I really do. I like the windows opened. But I'm going to tell you a little something around here. There might be 1, 2, 3 at the most days that you can open a window around here. And I know that sounds crazy living right here in the heart of the South, but there's either pollen, it's got everything yellow, and I don't want it in the house, or it's hot as a blue blaze, and I don't want that in the house. And in the fall, it's too cool, too quick. It's cold. But there might be 1 or 2 days in there you can find. In my opinion. Well, and then sometimes you open the windows, that funky smell comes in the windows. I'm glad at least I'm not. To me, it smells like. What did you say? Ozone.
Ozone.
Christina, that may be it. Is ozone good smell or bad smell? Now, I love Downey. There you go, Gloria. I love the smell after a rain. That's supposed to be ozone. All the pollens and dirt in the air can make you sick if you're allergic. Mary, that may be my problem. I'm allergic to everything. So maybe when they've been hanging out, I just didn't care for them. All right, thank y'all for weighing in on that, because I was just wondering. I just don't like it. Mama's not hung out clothes in 30 years.
Well, it ain't been that long.
Well, Mama, I've not seen the clothes on here.
I used to hang them out right through there.
But it's been, if you think about it, probably been more years than you know. Now, we're not eating anything with this tonight because we're just not.
It's got everything.
It's got everything in it, basically.
Can you move it all, or do I need to?
I'm going to try, Mama. You said it as far away as you could, but that's okay. Nobody's complaining.
Here, you move the black. Oh, you're fast.
Mama's spilling pop. She didn't spill it, though.
There you go.
All right. Ooh. Let's look at it. There it is, folks. Beautiful. Beautiful. As someone pointed out, world famous chicken casserole. Now, it may not be world famous. Do you think it's world famous, Mom?
I don't know if it's got over the world yet or not.
It's a little thinner than sometimes. But it's very hot. It will firm up.
Ooh. We're doing a lot of one-dish wonders anymore.
We like them. I like a one-dish cleanup, too.
Does make it better, don't it?
And if we're cutting back on breads and sides and some of that other stuff.
And desserts.
And desserts.
I used to fix a dessert for every meal.
A one-dish wonder really works well. Now, I'm really lowering the... Look, it's coming down like the water's come down. Because I'm getting it right there out of that one spot. Ooh, I spilled something on my... This will be talked about at the business meeting.
Mm-hmm. Don't get your hand burned on that.
Well, you know that little mat, it's got them little waffle weaves in it?
Yeah, and
You gotta wash it in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bless it. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for the mercy and the grace that you show us always, dear Lord. And we just thank you we're able to partake of this meal here together tonight. And just watch over us, lead and guide and direct us. Be with each and every person gathered here, and be with their prayer requests and their spoken and unspoken requests, your Lord. Put a hedge of protection around us and our children, and watch over us, lead and guide and direct us. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Yeah.
All right, Mama. Let's raise it up so we can. There we are. Grew up hanging clothes out and ironing. We had a big window for the sheets. Oh, that would be neat. We always have dessert. Callum, we did too. But we don't now. Look at all that beautiful broccoli.
The celery's still just a little bit
Crunchy. That's good though, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's soft though. I'm gonna try some right there and I'll tell you. Oh, it's perfect. It's done, but it's got that little bit of crunch to it. Gives you a little texture. The broccoli is completely done. If everybody in the world tasted this, Jim, it would be world famous.
No. Are you conceited?
No. They know I'm just carrying on. But I took all my favorite things and kind of worked on this over the time. And we may still change something. We added y'all's seasoning to it after 15 or 20 years.
Wonder if Andy'd like a dish of this.
I really don't think there's anything in it that would hurt her. The onions.
I want many in there.
We ain't gonna give it to her, Mama.
I know you won't.
But you could do broccoli and chicken and a little cheese and probably the soups wouldn't hurt her. Are you asking me to make her a special one without onions?
Oh no. I know she just loved the chicken part of it.
She would like the chicken part.
They like no fat in it and stuff.
I bet I just give her a big old piece of cooked chicken. Would that settle the score?
She might give you a kiss if you done that.
She would anyway, just when she sees me. Because she's the sweetest, most perfect dog.
I'm getting on her good side. I went out earlier this evening and gave her 2 doggy treats.
Oh, John, you're giving her too many of them treats. Cut back.
Well,
You don't have to give her a treat every time you look at her.
I felt sorry for her. She hadn't had none today.
She had them this morning.
Oh.
Somebody gave them to her, Mom. I think a neighbor.
Oh, no. They wouldn't.
And then who's out there giving her treats?
I went to the back door and she come up. I hate for her to come up for no reason.
That's exactly right.
So I gave her 2 treats. She liked them.
And she looks at you with them beautiful little brown eyes. And she's saying, not only if you need to, give me a treat. I would appreciate it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. She's so generous that way.
She begs.
She begs. Oh, bless her heart. I keep her a whole big tub of treats right there. I don't know, y'all may have some hints for me. I don't know what they taste like. But some treats look better than others. And I see her response to certain ones. Based on that, them gravy flavored ones she really, really likes. And they're a little bigger. But she likes them milk bones. The natural color ones. She likes them the color. I don't like to give her the color because I'm assuming those are dye. But I buy her those milk bones. And those gravy ones. And I dump them and I stir them. In a big old dish pan Mama's got out there. A big dish pan. And then I put them in this dog, for dog food, but it's a pitcher It's got a pour spout, but I just put them there to keep them fresh. So there's a big old 2.5 gallon bucket of them. So I just like to randomly reach in there and get her 3 as a variety. Sometimes she gets 2 beef flavored. Sometimes she gets 2 milk bones and 1 beef flavored. And that's what she gets. So it's just kind of like a little, I'm assuming it's a variety for her. And then I give her the long, skinny rawhides. Some of y'all said they could tear up their stomach, but I read on these and they said, you know, it's not a big quantity. They can't bite off big pieces of those little curled up ones. She loves them so good. She carries them around like she's got a little cigar in her mouth. And
she pickish. She runs to one treat and smells and tastes a little bit of it, and then she runs to the other and afraid it's going to be better.
And it's kind of cute because they put her food out first in her bowl. She don't eat it. She just stands there and looks for the treat. If I give her one of the milk bones, she stands there and eats it. If I give her one of the gravy bones, she carries it outside in the yard in her special place and eats a bite or 2 of it, and then comes back and see if I'm gonna give her another one, which I always do. And then if I give her a rawhide, she forgets the food and everything else, and she just goes out in the yard, sits in her spot, and eats the rawhide. And then later on, she comes back and gets the food.
Yeah. She'll leave that food to get them treats.
Bless her heart.
I would too, probably.
Well, it'd be like giving you chocolate.
Yeah, I'd leave food for
Maybe
chocolate.
I could do that for you, Mama. Get a bowl of chocolate.
Try
See if it
it.
wants to say, here, Mama, here's your treat.
Try it. See if I could.
Would you sing for us?
If I got enough chocolate, I might.
Mama says she can't sing. She says she can't carry a tune in the bucket, but I'm telling you, I've heard her do both. She can sing and she can carry that tune. So I'm going to get her to sing sometime. We have sang on here before for special things.
That's a long time ago. A long time ago.
When we was young,
Mm-hmm.
last year.
I was younger last year.
Mama's feeling better tonight. Her allergies of the morning's worse, just like mine. But I'm telling you, we literally have Bradford pears in our back door. Our neighbors have got Bradford pears 200 feet in front of us. So it's just a cross breeds all the time of Bradford pears for us right now, and has been for 2 weeks. But they'll go very quickly. They'll go, and we'll be all right. And it's every year. So I believe we would be sicker, would be worse, or we would be well as long as we've been having this stuff, and we've had it ever since them trees bloomed. And everybody I've talked to today said the same thing.
We have.
Bradford pears, Bradford pears.
If I noticed that way, I wouldn't have ever put none back there.
But you know, Mama, I think it's you and I, because we've had them back there for 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they've never, it just seems like the past 3 years has been worse. I don't think the trees changed. I think it's us. Mommy, anything you want to add tonight? And let's talk about the meal. What do you think?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, and it's warming.
It is. It's kind of like that soup last night, isn't it?
Yeah, that soup was good last night. It warmed it up. So.
And this is good and hearty, and it'll eat for days. It'll eat for 2 days at least. It will thicken up. It's just real hot. You should have let it set, but see, it's already thicker. And it'll get thicker. And you'll be able to kind of cut it out a little bit better, and it'll hold firm. It's not pie. All right, Mama, we're going to say good night if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us. You all don't know what it means, and y'all have shared the stars. It blesses us, and you don't realize what a blessing y'all are to us. And we thank you for sharing, for following, inviting your friends, and it's just really nice. It's nice having all y'all with us, and you're a big part of our family, and we love you. And come back tomorrow. Who knows? We might cook something else.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows what we'll be into?
We might be eating chicken casserole, which will be
We might do chicken casserole because tomorrow night's Wednesday night, and that's our quick night, y'all know. And
it'll be good tomorrow.
it would be good, Mama. I love it this second day. All right, Mama. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you, and have a wonderful night.
Y'all have a blessed night. Bye-bye.